But Tim, when did you enter the picture?
With Midtown?
Yeah, with Midtown.
So that would have been in
before
September
David.
of 2018.
Yeah.
I came up here. We had a coaching session, an all-day session.
Yep.
That was when I learned that Midtown likes to sing from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. And it's like,
then
wow,
do a
I've never
podcast.
seen that before. And then do a podcast after.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so that was in the end of September 2018, sorry.
18, yeah.
And I knew right away when I heard you guys, I was like, wow, this is something special. Really, if only they had Solomire on lead. If Josh was on lead.
But without him, that's probably about an 84-3.
It was.
He called
and
it,
I
man.
called the
He did,
score.
yeah.
Yep.
I called the score 84-3, and that was exactly what you scored.
He's right,
84.3.
man.
You do that all the time.
He's
really
such.
good.
He's the
I'm
best
Rain Man.
scorer, dude.
You should be
You
a
are
judge.
right, man. And here's the thing.
You should judge.
You kill KJ every time because you know how badly he wants.
He
to know
wants
the
my
scores.
score.
I'm like, what would you score that? Like, what would you score that?
40.
Yeah, it's unbelievable how accurate you are, dude.
It's like you're a judge or
Crazy.
something.
Yeah, you should be a judge
I should be a judge someday.
someday.
Maybe I could
So
do
you
it.
Maybe.
you both are judges, yeah?
You mean
Yeah.
Horse Lord and I? No,
I passed the baton.
yeah. So no,
right.
to singing, which is
You
fun.
just became.
So I'm a singing judge in the Barbershop Harmony Society.
And I just quit.
He heard I was coming in. He heard I was coming in. He said, "If Warwick's coming in, I'm out of here." So, yeah, it's gonna ruin everything.
David, did you step down from the judging?
I did, yeah.
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 Cool.
We
Was
won,
it
and that
cool?
was it.
He
That
needed,
was it.
Oh, wow,
he needed
cool.
more time.
That
to
was
build
my goal
igloos.
in life. Was
Look,
just,
you got us there, and then it's all just it's time
Downhill
it's
from
time
there.
to retire.
that's right.
Time to set the horse lord out
Got to
to
retire
pasture
on a high.
and
Out to pasture.
to send him out to pasture and
Wow.
green fields of Toronto. No, dude. Tim, I would love to hear from your perspective because you've been our main coach since the beginning. You're the first person we coached with, and I think we all knew right away. I mean, I think one because Nick is such good friends with After Hours and Drew Ochoa and stuff, and knew the work that they had done with you, leading up to their win, and just the impact that you had on them and the influence that you had. And when we were discussing coaches and just kind of finding someone who had kind of like a holistic approach to developing as a quartet, not just singing, but also in connecting with your audience and musicality and just all the above, you were definitely obviously a top choice. And when we worked with you on that first first session,
That means a lot. That's probably the very kind answer for I just moved 2 hours away from you. So it was
I mean,
an
that was
easy
also-
drive
that was
and
kinda nice.
a local coach and
Great timing.
that was good timing. That was pretty convenient. Not gonna
oh,
lie.
wow.
But,
Wow,
yeah.
Tim would be the perfect coach, and he just moved 2 hours away.
but
That's true.
I'd
If
love
you lived
to
in St.
hear-
Louis, we would have never coached.
Never.
Yeah, well,
no,
I mean,
never
yeah,
would've.
That's
yeah.
very
I never got coaching gigs in St. Louis.
And Josh turned them down.
Yes, exactly.
Naturally, Josh
So
was
they
the first
needed
call.
judging.
We
as
needed.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was really, really cool. I mean, your work ethic, right off the bat. And I guess I can say this. When I heard you and there, I just thought, wow, they're going to win this district contest, and nobody thinks it because your score was lower going in.
A lot lower.
And, and I think everybody realized that was a low score, and you would improve that just based on the personnel of the quartet. But still, I don't think anybody was looking and going, well, they're going to come in and win ahead of international competitors and all that stuff. And you guys came in and
Well, we didn't think we were going to
and
win.
I thought you were going to win.
We had no idea.
And as much as I love Pratt Street Power, who was the favorite
Right.
to win, and they
100%.
won.
They're our bros.
They won the next year. They're awesome. I just had a feeling you just had that spark, that something special at that moment that I felt like if you took that into the contest, you would do it, and you did. And then I predicted your 88 in the spring, and I've predicted all along the way.
It's pretty crazy.
2019 was the craziest year.
It was.
I predicted
Barbershop life.
20 what?
18.
2019.
8, 19.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, I
2019
guess
was
I
crazy.
count our 20.
18
'cause
in
we're
Our district,
2019
'cause it goes
champs, but
into- yeah.
The 2019 districts, the 88 prelims, and then the surprise medal in Salt Lake City. That was just
Yeah.
There's
Crazy year.
there's a video backstage when we had just gotten off stage accepting the Dealer's Choice Award.
Oh, dude. Well, in addition to that, we sang 10th. So we sang last.
Yep.
We just finished Spider-Man. or was it Falling in
No, it
Love?
was
We
Falling
just
in Love.
finished Falling in Love.
Yeah, that was the first.
You know, got a great applause. Then we walked off stage, and then they're like, "All right, we're going to announce the Dealer's Choice Award and Midtown." And so we were like, "Oh, okay." We came back out on stage, got the Dealer's Choice Award.
Then we came into the wings, and
Stage manager.
I love him, but the stage manager kind
Yeah.
of gave it away. He was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you guys need to stay here. And
Don't go too far.
Yeah, don't go
He
too
said,
far,
you're not
something
going to
like
want to
that.
go too far.
Yeah, and then we're like, we were super confused, so we wanted to be back there with the rest of the
rest of the
quartets,
quartets, yeah.
and we
Because
stood
we
there.
didn't want to look terrible.
Yeah.
Like we knew we were going to get fifth. Like that would.
We didn't.
Awful.
I had no
Well, I
clue.
know, but I'm saying like,
Yeah.
if we stayed there, it would have maybe.
I saw
had
I
us
saw
see
Main
that way.
Street in right in that wing after the stage manager said that, and I hugged Tony, and he was like, "Hey, I'll see you in a second." Or
I
"See you soon," or
regret
something.
not going backstage for that. I was watching
Oh, right.
because I wanted to see your set from the house,
Right.
And you were the last quartet, and then it was like, should I go back around to the back to be with you guys for the call off? And I thought, there's no way they're going to get fifth, so why would I go back there? And
Honestly,
what we
dude,
all
I'm
thought.
the
that's
most
what we all
supportive
thought,
coach,
man.
you know,
We were
ever.
stoked.
I'm really in your corner.
We
You
were
know, no, I'm
we
kidding.
were like about to pass out because of the finals like call off because we sang 10th, so we didn't think we
Right.
even made finals.
yeah.
Mostly
Oh,
based
the
off our.
semifinals.
Yeah, after
No.
semis.
Yeah, after
semis.
semis.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
my.
that's
There's a
always
picture of
scary.
me. There's a picture of me holding on to the chair with my head buried, and the second they called us singing 10th in the finals, I probably jumped 10 feet in the air.
Oh, dude, it was insane.
And
Yeah.
Because
so
our first round was our first round felt
Was not-
so
it was not good.
bad that we were like, I don't even think we made the 10
I've
based on how
never-
bad the first round was. The second round, we felt amazing because that's when we did Spider-Man.
Spider-Man was a
And we
big
were like,
hit.
okay, that went really well, but we were still like, that first round was so bad, that may not be good enough to make the 10.
I have never, still to this day, seen you as nervous, Anthony, as
I was
before
so
our
nervous.
quarterfinals.
I was
Sing.
so
What did we sing? Death of the Bachelor
Death-
and
Day in, day out.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Literally
remember
said-
that.
Backstage, they said, all right, like we got 2 green lights. You guys ready? And the 3 of them went, yep. And I went, no, 1 second. And I left.
Yeah,
I left
yeah.
the
Walked
backstage
away.
area to go get one last drink of water.
He walked over to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I
can't find it.
7th hour to the 7th hour
7 hour
podcast.
11 podcast.
No, it wasn't on purpose. Anyway, so
I
we-
remember that very well. Like
Yeah.
as a coach, trying to be like, all right, when there's somebody that's nervous or somebody that's just, and this is a big thing for you. I mean, this was your first time
was
on
our
the
first
international stage,
And his first time singing lead.
On lead, yeah.
I mean, you've been on international stage before, singing lead and a bit higher profile. You know, Midtown. One of the things you did early on was you established your brand by posting videos on social media, so people heard Midtown there long before they heard you in contest.
Yep.
So there were high expectations.
Yeah, it was a lot of
It was kind
pressure.
We're
double-edged
going in
sword
7th.
that-
Like it was.
Yeah, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves for that. But you know what? The worst part too was when we came off stage for the quarterfinals.
Dude. When we love them, but all of our spouses were like,
Dude, I called Emily and I was like,
What happened?
I can't. No, that's exactly what she said. I was like, hello, or she called me and I was like, hello. She's like, hey, what happened? That's the worst. That's the worst thing.
Everyone was like-
she was trying to comfort me, and I was like, oh no.
it wasn't that bad.
my parents were like, I thought it wasn't,
So
it wasn't your like, I've heard you guys do.
I
it,
was
but
the
think
only
it was-
one.
I think
Cheerleader
it
Tim was over there being like, "You guys are great,"
Yeah.
and everyone else was like,
gosh.
"Boy, it was terrible."
I want to talk more about cheerleader Tim. When did we walk out of the house? Tell us that
this was-
story.
Yeah. So that was the first round, and I knew it was bad because I went to AIC rehearsal and I was in rehearsal and I got a text from KJ and he said, "Was it as bad as I think it was?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Emily just said it was bad, and everybody's
Anthony's parents and
other people. I mean, he just,
Yeah.
And I was like, KJ, don't worry about it. You're gonna be fine. You did a great job. It's gonna be all right. It's your first year. Let's just onward and upward, right? But that sort of carried over to the next. I guess it would have been 2 days later, the semifinals, and I came over to the Airbnb in Salt Lake City, and we're there, and you're singing Spider-Man, and you're working on your set for that. And I just remember you being wound so tight.
Bro, we were on
and you
edge.
weren't singing that well together. You weren't locking chords like you do, and that was the time when I told Anthony, like, would you just like smile for a minute? He's like, I don't like to smile. I was like, it's Spider-Man. You gotta crack a smile sometime. But you guys were really in your head, and you were just definitely not on the same page. You were sort of arguing, not badly, but just sort of like, well, this should be this. Da, da, da.
Yeah, we were bickering.
And it was just one of those things where I was like, wow, they're just not in a good headspace. And all I remember saying, guys, follow me.
Yeah.
Just come with me. And I'm like, just trust me. And we all walked out into the front yard, and it was
ducklings. We just followed them
and
out.
it was an
into the-
80. Yeah, just exactly. The sheep followed me to the front yard, and it was like a nice day.
beautiful.
81 degrees and sunny. And I said, guys, isn't it a nice day outside? Isn't it beautiful? Like, just take a deep breath and enjoy this nice day. Look at the sun. I mean, don't look directly at the sun, but look at the sky. And, look at the sun. Yeah, it was one of those moments where I'm like, just like, how do we get you out of your head and reset? And it did. It worked.
It really did.
You came back in and you were like, all right, let's do it. And you guys, and an hour later, you're on stage crushing.